Hello guys, playing God of War versus Sparta. Day day 50 day 59 of the Marvel Group and day 9 of the Marvel Group Part 2. No. That's it. We're close to the gate. Dimos.
You are safe. Shit! You let this happen to me. You were supposed to protect me. Did you think I would forget? Did you think I would forgive? I will never forgive you, brother.
That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't look like he's a weak man. Like he's basically like he's decaying in decades here. I mean, there's a theory that Captain Cuba says that technically he was basically like a certain servant of the Ares before Kratos. Like if basically controls the if Ares controls the Mount Warrior, I mean technically he will control the Olympus or something like that. But I suppose doesn't really need him, then chose Kratos, I guess. That I guess is his theory. Or basically just like that. More specifically that it was basically Demon's one servant of Ares. That was his belief.
Spartan. And now you will suffer for it.
It had the same animation as in God of War 2. I mean that makes sense because God of War goes to takes place before the events of God of War 2, so that's a brainer. Suicide Rock.
You have power over me, Thanatos. I'm coming for you, brother. Hold on. Kratos! Hurry! Spartan never lets his back hit the ground. Right, brother? I will not lose you again, Deimos. Come! The fight is not over.
Like son, like uncle. Am I right?
Come, brother. Follow me.
Luckily, I upgraded, bro.
We're nearly there, Kratos. The Oracle may have yet spoken truth. The marked warrior shall bring about the destruction of Olympus. Ares chose poorly that day. He took your brother when it should have been you. None of that matters now. Nothing you do is of your own choosing. The gods do not decide my fate, Thanatos! The gods decide, and the Sisters of Fate make it so. You are nothing but a pawn in a game you don't even know is being played. Pathetic. Now is the time, Kratos. The beginning of the end.
Thanatos. Easy, please, long more squeezy. So you can change to a bird to a goddess at will, huh?
lands of Olympus, host of Sparta.
So basically, the Mad Warrior will probably be the one who got to destroy Olympus, but yet again he is an idea. So basically, Kratos is the Mad Warrior, everybody knows that, but then it was like a trick. Demon's supposed to be taking Kratos' place, supposedly he's supposed to be the Mad Warrior, but in reality, Kratos is a Mad Warrior. Path of Solute. What is more annoying? Basically, they said that you have to slow and slow to take care of the dead corpse of your brother. Like, basically, okay, man, but the mountain I have to cross is really massive. At least he died in battle.
You are free now, brother. By the gods, what have I become? Death, the destroyer of worlds.
There's also a theory about Captain Cuba that they say that he said that Kratos is death, not war, not the god of war. Which is, if that is true, that explains why then actually he kills death.
You have let go of that which made you mortal. Your ties to this world are severed. You are ready.
Man, this Athena is really hot. I will clap those wisdom cheeks like my man for real.
Is this all a game to you, Athena?
I mean, have you ever played? Kratos, have you ever played Garbo 3?
It is not over, Athena. The gods will pay for this.
Forgive me, brother.
And that was Garbo Goes to Sparta. Negativities. to be fair with you here, there's no negativity, only a little bit about the creature that cannot able to be get taken down by a few smashing buttons, for one circle buttons. The idea about the to show you technically it has something to do with the combo mechanic. Like basically that's what I guess the point. I mean, to be fair, this combat tried to show you that even though some way or the other it's national or like a basically irrational to some certain combat. Like the idea has got to do with a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies in this game is basically pain in the ass for sure from my way. Like able to have armory, to have a lot of weapons. Like everyone knows technically in the PSP God of War must always have to do enemies with full of shields. Like the Conqueror of Zeus in Chains of Olympus and the Bane, Nathera's Bane in Ghost of Sparta, it's always have to do with always that. Because basically, if you check this about this idea, it's always about basically always have to do enemies with shields and anything. That's an awful, but technically the idea about is about to speed enemies. Like the idea of another basically another equipment to escape this idea, to escape from the enemies, but they have to do a lot of magic. That's all I guess the point about it. It's nothing more have to do with the enemies. And the speed of enemies like I basically want to harm enough. Like, come on. What's this? I think basically Sarah's Bane and all of the equipments and they have to do with enough speed and really managed to give me enough edge, especially without electricity and all. And even though with all of that, technically it has to do with the level of the damage, like all of that matter. I mean, it takes a lot of magic, but then it takes a lot when it comes to an idea about taking a little of strength. It even have to do with always with the way of the problem about to take some way of strength and pay close enough protection and all. But it's basically so far so good when also to technically use those abilities to take some enemy few. But it was really hard, but at least basically it was close enough to show that it was half few power technically keeping enough edge. So target was set up now Kratos once again after the events of God of War. Mana finally to save the throne as a God of War, but then he have a vision about to rescue his brother. He killed his mother, but he keep himself in the direction where he's ready to find his brother. Like all that journey ahead was basically short ahead though, like basically have to take one step from Sparta and got to turn back to Atlantis. Unfortunately, he go to the domain of death, and unfortunately, he lost his brother right after the rescue by Thanatos. The idea it's about showing you that this one was able to be more dark, like not exactly dark, but you get the point how. Like basically, this graphics or anything about this game, it shows you that you're powerful. Even though this game was released after God of War 3, so that makes sense because Zeus, when he says to Gaia, "Your born has failed you, Gaia. Perhaps you gotta choose the other one," means demons. But the other point, technically, the whole idea is just to show you a marked warrior to take down Olympus. But technically, no, Demon wasn't exactly a marked warrior. Kratos was a marked warrior. Just technically, he doesn't have the tattoos to blow his cover. And also, I suppose the idea tried to show you that this was basically the ideals of showing you, even though it was basically like some few joint here about family issues, like God of War and God of War Sparta, show you about family matter, like basically Ares kills his wife and kid, and Thanatos kills his brother. And also, have you noticed technically that Atreus and Deimos have something to do in common? Both protect a really specific family member. Atreus protects his father, and Deimos protects his brother. It's not like a team or anything. Even though it would be really cool if we're gonna upgrade demons, like with a new armor and anything, but unfortunately it doesn't have enough time. Because basically, he died in a second after we rescue him. But you know the idea about it is, shows you that at least basically was enough protocol though. But even though it was really like a really nice game, not gonna lie. And again, not gonna lie. But then they can all, even though we are supposedly technically see now Kratos to show you some flashbacks here and there because God of War 2 after it was released, God of War was released that, and after God of War 3 was released, God of War was released that because of some flashbacks here and there. Because the whole God of War, Games of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, and Ascension was all basically flashbacks. Yes, it was all basically flashbacks. And God of War 2 and 3 was basically the continuity and all to the very look and all. But I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty good game. Ghost of Sparta considered one of the greatest games of all time in PSP era. And I gotta be impressed technically they showed their flashbacks on PSP and most of the time the answer was on PlayStation 3. But at least it was basically that. It was basically family matter. And besides the looks and all, it's just like that. It shows you that even though that technically is like a story about going back and forth to rescue your brother, like at the beginning you go to Atlantis and you have to return to Atlantis. Like it was basically easy though. Like basically after we came the power to go to open the gate to Thanatos gates, like the force idea is to go return to the place that we face the daughter of Thanatos. But you know what? It was basically close enough. It was basically easy, basically almost squeezy. And like I said before, even though Kratos do a lot of vandalism, when I mean vandalism, it did a lot of destruction. Like, he destroyed the Atlantis, he destroyed all the entire world of Greek mythology. Like, I'm not blaming the citizens. If Greek mythology were gonna return back, I'm not gonna blame, not gonna get revenge on Kratos because it's similar way with this. And to be honest with you here, it's not just technically the idea about that when Kratos tried to do all of this stuff just to just to rescue one family member. Like, I know that for it wasn't his accident, like, okay, he had to escape, but the family says that. I mean, the excuse was basically, I mean, I don't know basically what bad things that he did in Ascension, Games of Olympus, or even one. Well, the one obviously he did. He said the fisherman tried to use Doom after he killed the Hydra. And even though after we done the double stuff, even the level stuff to do all of this was not supposed to be a bad thing though. Even though the Greek era is supposed to be a dark fantasy about Kratos' life, it's also the point of view. Like Kratos' point of view is showing that technically everything is evil to his eyes. When Atreus' eyes all have to be a helpful thing. And you know what is more fitting? Is both Kratos and Atreus they are chosen by gigantic things. Kratos was chosen by the giants, and Atreus was chosen by the giants. Sort of the idea. And you know what is the point in? Even though they got to judge by gigantic things, I mean, if for the look of that, not just that the point. But like most of the attacks and most of the idea about this is it's amazing. Like it was a short game. I mean, basically, we have to go to Poseidon. We have to do all the national stuff. We kill the Scylla. We are basically like a managed to get through enough. Most of it, anyways. But it was basically enough, though. Not gonna lie, it was a really good game. If I prefer the Chains of Olympus, like I said before, or Ghost of Sparta would be really favorite game. Don't get me wrong, Chains of Olympus is second to the PSP game, but Ghost of Sparta was basically enough though. You know what? It's not the point. I looked at the digression of this and tried to look a little bit skeptical about this idea. Like, come on, man, was that really that high? Indeed, it was, and I guess supposed to be more higher in basically for the idea to understand that this one was basically a game about I don't know about choosing a family member. Like the idea about Ghost of Sparta about PSP games are all just that family members. Like my man, he tried to rescue his daughter. He lost her. I mean, he spared her. And in Garbo Ghost of Sparta, he tried to rescue his brother. He's dead. And all of that had to do with some godly issues. The idea about Kratos is like the gods are jerks. That is for sure, but and all of that tried to take away his family matters, like the family issues. The idea about Kratos always does that. It's about family to him. Because they are so his family. Family. And I suppose so was most likely it. Because Kratos, the whole journey ahead to him is all about family. It's all about showing you that technically God for one, he lost his family because of Ares. Number two, he's basically want to take revenge on Zeus, not because of some family issues, because basically his own Sparta, his own family, they was destroyed by Zeus. The third was taking revenge. Yeah, but technically he lost his daughter, or basically he lost basically a Pandora that looks like his own. More specific to say is Kratos saw Pandora as his own daughter, and then he was like to save her, so he lost her again. And God of Olympus and goes to Sparta, James of Olympus tried to rescue his daughter, but he lost her again. In Ghost of Sparta tried to rescue his brother, but he lost him again. And Ascension was basically again with family, with her daughter and her wife, but technically it was just it. I mean, come to think of it, God of War has all to do with family issues with Kratos. I mean, that's not the point. Can we? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways. For fuck's sake, mate.
Now, only one remains.
Must do, homie. My boy's pissed. And even it's all about family matters, war, destruction, or one vandalism. All those take it back one school and now return to the school and open the gate that then leads to our brother. And now he's dead after the rescue. In other words, all of that family for one illusion and for one single basic family member is lost and then became God of War. No love for one family matter. Was that a doubt of brotherhood of brother? Was that a doubt? A great game. Man, this